A lone figure staggers through the ruins of a dungeon, panting, barely clinging to life. His voice trembles as he mutters, "What are you?" But his frustration means nothing to the towering figure before him, the Monarch of Frost. The icy being scoffs. Yet again, the ones I seek are not here. The fragments of brilliant light continue to elude me. Just then, another presence emerges from the darkness. A demon-like figure steps forward, and Frosty greets him. "What brings you here, Yogimut?" The demon bows slightly, his sharp features twisted into amusement. "I've come to inform you about the land in the east." Frost Monarch narrows his eyes. "The small strip of land in the east. You mean South Korea, the domain of the Monarch of Shadows? I thought you were in charge of that region." Yogimut smirks. "Indeed, but it seems the rulers are planning to set Legia free somewhere a little south of there. That is where I shall be going." Frost Monarch pauses, considering his words. "And what of the Monarch of Shadows? As long as the architect upholds our agreement, there should be no problem." But then, Yogimut leans in, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. "Oh, and one more thing. We've confirmed it. The greatest fragment of brilliant light, he's there." Frost Monarch's lips curl into a chilling grin. "Ha, how interesting indeed. But he isn't fooled. You came all this way just to tell me that? I find it hard to believe you're feeling generous. But fine. If you're giving me this opportunity, I'll take it gladly." His eyes suddenly flicker with realization. But more importantly, it seems we were lured here. A figure approaches, cloaked in power. The presence radiating from him is unmistakable. Frost Monarch scoffs, "Huh? And what do you want?" The figure steps closer. "That small strip of land in the east. You're talking about South Korea, aren't you?" Yogimut, impatient, waves him off. "We don't have time to play games with this weakling. Monarch of Frost, let's go." But the figure suddenly moves, lightning fast, intercepting them in an instant. "Not so fast. I'm not letting you leave." He strikes, but his attack is blocked with ease. He glares at the two monarchs. But in their eyes, he is nothing but a mild inconvenience. Meanwhile, Jinwoo stands in the depths of a new battlefield. Across from him, a massive orc leader sneers. "So, you're the little bastard who's been slaughtering my kin." The creature sizes him up, unimpressed. "I gotta say, I'm shocked you made it this far. A scrawny runt like you, speaking our language? That's rich. But this is as far as you go." The orc lets out a deep, guttural laugh. "My brothers are hiding in the area. Come on out, boys." But there was no response, only silence. The orc looks around, confused. "What the? Where are they?" Jinwoo smirks. "Oh, them? Yeah, they already met my boys." He casually raises a hand. "Come forth." A dark wave explodes across the battlefield as his army of shadows materializes. The remaining orcs don't even get a chance to react. His soldiers shred them apart instantly. Jinwoo surveys the bloodbath, unimpressed. "Well, that was quick." The orc leader stumbles back, his bravado gone. "What happened?" Jinwoo gives a simple command. "Begin." The massacre resumes. The orc leader, realizing he's completely outmatched, charges at Jinwoo in a last-ditch effort. But before he can even swing, Beru appears behind him. Slash! In one clean motion, his arm is gone. Before the orc can even scream, Igris steps in, pinning him to the ground. And then comes Tusk, looming over him, his massive staff raised. He uses him of giants and gravity acceleration. The orc leader is immobilized, completely helpless. Jinwoo kneels beside him. "Now, answer my questions. Cooperate, and I'll make this easy for you." The orc trembles but refuses to speak. The system once again prevents him from revealing anything useful. Jinwoo sighs. "Figures. Looks like I'll have to find out the truth another way." With the orc dealt with, Jinwoo turns to his inventory. His eyes land on an item he had nearly forgotten about. Key to the Kartinon Temple. The cursed random loot box gave me this. I met all of its requirements after reaching level 100 during the Jeju Island raid. Jinwoo's expression hardens. He remembers that place. The double dungeon. His fists clench as he recalls the statue, the system, the near-death experience that changed his life forever. Suddenly, a notification appears. "Status, the system is calling you back." Jinwoo's lips curl into a smirk. "So, you're waiting for me, huh?" He welcomes the challenge. If this whole thing was planned from the very beginning, if someone is waiting for me to return, he cracks his knuckles. "Then just you wait. I'm coming for you soon." In the darkness of his mind, a familiar, sinister grin appears. the statue from the double dungeon. And so it begins. Jinwoo furiously typed away at his computer, eyes burning with righteous fury. Freaking trolls. You dare slander Jinwoo. I won't forgive a single one of you. His fingers flew across the keyboard as he prepped legal documents like an internet warrior on a mission. I'm suing every last one of you. Beg all you want, it's over for you. Satisfied, he leaned back and stretched. Phew, another one bites the dust. That's another batch of haters shut down. Jinwoo, fresh from another gate, casually walked in. Appreciate the hard work. Jinho, still in legal warrior mode, responded on autopilot. Yes, sir. Then he did a double take. Wait, why do you look like you just crawled out of a war zone? Jinwoo deadpan. Just came back from a gate. Everything good. More than good. You said we needed extra funds to kickstart our guild, right? Jinho perked up as Jinwoo dropped a heavy bag on the desk. He peeked inside and his jaw hit the floor. Premium essence stones? Did you solo a high-ranking gate again? Sir, you never cease to impress me. Jinwoo was about to brush it off when something caught his attention. Wait, employee? Jinho nodded like he had been waiting for this. Yes. Don't you remember? We need at least 3 founding members. Jinwoo blinked. Oh right. A guild master, a vice guild master, and a third wheel. Jinho nodded enthusiastically. Exactly. And since we need someone who's in it for the long run, we should pick a diligent person. Can't just be any random fill-in. Jinwoo shrugged. Makes sense. Anything else we need to go over? Jinho's expression turned deadly serious. Yes, sir. We must discuss something of the highest importance. Jinwoo braced himself. What is it? Jinho inhaled dramatically. The guild name. Jinwoo stared at him like he just suggested world domination. That's it. Jinho looked personally offended. That's it? Sir, this is the most important thing. And just like that, Jinho dived into full brand consultant mode. Rapid-fire brainstorming ensued. What about Sungyu Guild? Our last names combined. Sounds cool, right? Jinwoo. Meh. Okay, how about Yusung Guild? Flows better, but I can't have my name before yours. How about the last 2 syllables of our first names? Wooho Guild. Or wait, the middle syllables. Jinjin Guild? Jinwoo stared at him, unimpressed. Solo Player Guild. Jinho short-circuited. Huh. Since I basically hunt solo, it fits. Jinho's world crumbled. Was that a joke? Sir, are you actually bad at something? Is this your weakness? Before Jinwoo could roast him back, a knock at the door. Jinho got up. Who is it? He opened the door and froze. Is this Sung Jinwoo's office? A familiar voice asked. Jinho blinked. MMS, Cha Hae-In? Jinwoo looked up, surprised. Ms. Cha, what brings you here? She visibly hesitated, shifting on her feet. I want to join your guild. Jinwoo blinked. What? Cha Hae-In squared her shoulders. You heard me. I want to join your guild. Jinwoo narrowed his eyes. Okay, hold up. Did Mr. Go send you? Did Mr. Choi kick you out? Cha Hae-In, confused. What? No, what are you even saying? Jinwoo, still suspicious. Then why? Why the sudden interest in joining the solo player guild? Cha Hae-In's eyes widened in horror. Wait, that's your guild name. Jinwoo, unimpressed. Yeah, you got a problem with that? The vice guild master and I agreed on it. Jinho exploded. Excuse me. Sir, we agreed on nothing. You just... Jinwoo, completely ignoring him. So Ms. Cha, why join my guild? He studied her closely. Her racing heartbeat, her uneven breathing, the way she avoided his gaze. Something's off. Why is she this nervous? What's she hiding? And then it clicked. Wait, her contract. Ms. Cha, it hasn't even been 2 years since you awakened. Doesn't that mean you're still bound to the Hunters Guild? Cha Hae-In nodded. I'll pay the penalty for breaching my contract. Jinwoo's eyebrows shot up. You'd pay the penalty? Ms. Cha, we can't afford to pay you an advance worthy of an S rank. She shook her head. I don't need an advance. Something wasn't adding up. Jinwoo pushed further. Why go through all this? What do you gain? Cha Hae-In froze. How do I even explain this? She remembered everything. From the first moment she noticed Jinwoo smelled different, to the overwhelming power he displayed, to the way he saved her in Jeju. He wasn't just another hunter. Her heart pounded, face burning. I can't tell him. I can't just say I want to be by your side until my last breath. And no way. Jinwoo, still oblivious, waited. Well, Cha Hae-In panicked. I just want to live a comfortable life. Is that so wrong? Jinho sighed dramatically. Oh man, the Hunters Guild must have overworked her. She's only, 22? 23. No wonder she wants out. Jinwoo nodding. That makes sense. Then his face turned smug. But, Cha Hae-In narrowed her eyes. But what? Jinwoo smirking. We have an entrance test. Cha Hae-In blinked. What? The recruitment posting didn't say anything about. Jinwoo cut her off. New rule. Vice Guild Master must have forgotten to add it. Cha Hae-In sighed. Fine. What's the test? Jinwoo's smirk grew wider. You have to defeat one of my summoned beasts. Cha Hae-In straightened up. That's it? You think I can't handle one of your summons? Jinwoo chuckled. I'll pick the strongest one. Just for you. Cha Hae-In smirked. Fine by me. Cha Hae-In stands up, eyes locked on Jinwoo. When's the test? Jinwoo, as chill as ever, shrugs. Let's do it now. How about the Hunter Association gym? Then he remembers something. The place is kind of far. Might as well test if Shadow Exchange works with two people. He turns to Cha, who's already heading toward the door. You don't have to leave. Cha stops. Huh. He smirks. We can take a shortcut. Just gotta stick together for a sec, okay? Before she can even react, darkness swallows them whole. And poof, they're gone. Jinho bursts into the office, snacks in hand. All right, I got drinks and snacks. These two need to sit down and eat. He swings the door open and finds a shadow soldier reaching for the bag like it's his last meal. Jinho blinks. What the hell? Cha and Jinwoo land inside the gym instantly. Cha wobbles, trying to process how the hell they just teleported across the city. What? How did we? Meanwhile, Jinwoo's already deep in thought. Shadow Exchange works just like a personal gate. Entrance appears under me. Exit is wherever my shadow is. And I can take people with me. Yeah, this just became a fast travel cheat code. Cha, still recovering from the whiplash, suddenly gasps. Wait, I left my weapon behind. Jinwoo smirks. Ah, you mean that pickaxe? Cha instantly turns red. No, of course not. He chuckles. Relax, just messing with you. Trying to act like she didn't just get flustered, Cha turns to the storage. The gym has reserve weapons. They're not great, but they'll do for practice. She grabs a sword, giving it a few test swings. All right, I'm ready. Jinwoo eyes it. You sure about that? It's not your usual one. Cha shrugs. Doesn't matter. Monsters don't exactly give us time to pick our favorite weapons anyway. Jinwoo nods. Fair point. He thinks for a second. If he summons a weak shadow, she'll obliterate it. But if he goes straight for Beru, she might straight up never recover emotionally. So, he calls forth Igris. The Black Knight materializes, sword in hand, crimson eyes glowing like he's ready to throw hands. Among my soldiers, he's the best swordsman. Cha grips her weapon. What are the conditions to win? Jinwoo shrugs. Destroy the summon or surrender. That's it. Cha instantly gets into stance. But right before the fight starts, Jinwoo pauses. Wait a sec. Didn't she just say weapons don't matter? He reaches into his inventory and pulls out the Demon King's longsword. The second he tosses it to Igris, the entire gym gets an ominous glow. Cha's eye twitches. You're giving him that? Jinwoo smirks. Yeah, thought I'd make it fair. All right, let's begin. Start. Igris moves first. The second Jinwoo gives the signal, the knight lunges forward, blade crackling with dark energy. Cha barely dodges, her hair whipping from the force of the swing. Jinwoo watches with his arms crossed. As expected, she's fast. If that had been an average hunter, they'd be in two pieces already. Meanwhile, Go-Gunhee sits at his desk, feeling the action from the fight. He calls a staff member, pull up the CCTV. The screen lights up. Gunhee leans forward. Jinwoo versus Cha Hae-In. Well damn. He rubs his temples. I really was blind, huh? Then, without hesitation, he picks up the phone. Shut off all the cameras in the gym. The staff stammers. Sir? But, Gunhee shuts that down immediately. Just do it. And write in the logs that there was an inspection today. He sits back, smirking. Ah, to be young. Back at the gym, Cha lands a counterattack and smashes Igris into the wall. She dusts herself off and turns to Jinwoo. Was that really your strongest summon? Cha crosses her arms. You said you'd summon your strongest, didn't you? Jinwoo lets out a deep sigh. Cha Hae-In, unshaken, steps forward. Please summon him now. Jinwoo sees it. That determination. He sighs. All right then. Dark energy surges through the gym. The air grows heavy. A shadow looms over them. And then, Beru appears. The shadow general materializes, his presence sending a chill down the spine. His red eyes glow, his menacing aura spreads, and the air around him distorts from sheer power. Jinwoo's voice remains calm. But his words, "I'll ask again. Are you sure about this?" And just like that, the real test begins. Jinwoo sizes up Beru, thinking about just how dangerous he really is. Shadow soldiers are weaker than when they were alive. But even then, Beru was literally built to kill hunters. This dude wasn't born, he was manufactured for murder. If he goes all out against Cha Hae-In, her chances of winning are, not looking great. Beru appears, kneeling before Jinwoo, ever the obedient shadow. "My king, what shall I do about this person?" Jinwoo doesn't even hesitate. "Defeat her, but don't let her get hurt." Beru bows deep. "Yes, my king." Then, like a total drama queen, he lets out a monstrous roar, and the gym lights literally flicker and explode. Cha Hae-In, standing in front of him, keeps her serious expression, but inside? She's realizing she might have made a mistake. Sung Jinwoo actually fought against this thing, and won. Jinwoo casually, like he's talking about the weather. "Put those claws away. You so much as scratch her, and we're gonna have a problem." Beru, all respectful, obeys immediately. "Yes, my king." Cha Hae-In sees her moment. "An opening, now's my chance." She moves like lightning, taking advantage of Beru being unarmed. But Beru? He's not even sweating. He sidesteps her attack like he's dodging a kid swinging a stick. Cha Hae-In barely has time to register what happened before he's behind her again. "Oh hell no. Not this again. You think I'm gonna fall for the same trick twice?" She pivots, swinging her sword in a flash, only for Beru to straight up catch it between his fingers like it's made of plastic. Beru's got a plan. "My king said not to harm her." "Cool, I'll just embarrass her instead. I'll make it crystal clear that she doesn't stand a chance." Simple. Cha Hae-In, now officially frustrated, keeps swinging, but Beru doesn't even move his feet. He just dodges everything with the bare minimum effort. She grits her teeth. "Nah, this ain't it. No way. He's dodging all my attacks without even trying." Then Beru goes full menace mode. He lets out another roar, this one even stronger, sending her flying back. She barely lands on her feet, but she's not done yet. She gathers her remaining mana, eyes locked onto him. Jinwoo, watching the whole thing like a teacher watching a student struggle with an easy problem, sighs. "Yeah, this fight's over. You satisfied now?" he asks her. Cha Hae-In, ever the stubborn one, shakes her head. "Not yet." Jinwoo blinks. "Wait, seriously?" She still wants to go. He starts second-guessing. Is she just reckless? Or does she actually think she can win? Beru isn't like my other shadows. He's smart, sure, but at the end of the day, he was made for killing. Even now, I can tell he's holding back his instincts. I just hope she doesn't push him too far. Beru, meanwhile, is starting to take this personally. How dare you? His instincts scream at him. Prey doesn't challenge the predator. Prey submits. This woman doesn't know her place. He unleashes a powerful attack, slamming the ground where Cha Hae-In was standing, but she dodges at the last second. She activates Sword Dance, moving faster than before, her blade flashing like a storm. But Beru? He's still toying with her. He blocks every single hit like it's nothing. Then, with one casual flick of his hand, he snaps her sword in half. Even then, Cha Hae-In refuses to back down. She gathers every bit of mana she has left. "I've only got one shot at this. I don't have enough mana for multiple attacks, so this has to be it." Skill. Sword of Light. A blinding flash of light fills the gym. Jinwoo, suddenly on high alert, shouts, and oh! For a moment, Beru is stunned. But then, something awakens inside him. A command, buried deep in his instincts. A command he hadn't thought of since the day he was born as the Ant King. Annihilate the enemy. His queen had given him this order at birth. It was simple. It was absolute. Cha Hae-In is his enemy. Beru moves to strike. Jinwoo yells again, "Stop," but Beru isn't listening. His instincts have completely taken over. In the blink of an eye, Jinwoo steps in, his hand catching Beru's attack just inches away from Cha Hae-In. The gym falls silent. Cha Hae-In, exhausted and barely standing, wobbles before collapsing onto her knees. Jinwoo turns to Beru, his voice ice cold. "I told you to stop." Beru immediately kneels, trembling. "My king, please have mercy." Jinwoo ignores him for now, turning to Cha Hae-In instead. Are you okay? She nods weakly. Jinwoo exhales. Why are you pushing yourself so hard? This was just a dumb entrance test for a nameless guild. You shouldn't be risking your life over something like this. It's not worth it. Cha Hae-In stays silent. Jinwoo stares at her. Are you not going to say anything again? Nothing. Jinwoo, getting frustrated, starts throwing out possibilities. Are you perhaps interested in me? Cha Hae-In's head jerks up. What? Jinwoo frowns. No. Then what the hell is this? I seriously can't tell what you're thinking. Cha Hae-In, cheeks turning a deep shade of red, stares at the ground. Finally, after what feels like forever, she mumbles. Yes, I think so. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how our boy just won a girl's heart without even trying. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. More solo leveling recaps are on the way, so turn on the notification bell to be the first to watch. And let me know in the comments, what was your favorite moment from these chapters? See you in the next one.